Hello, welcome to Grown Folks. Shut up when grown folks are talking. It's your host, DJ Dougie Fresh Kids. How's everybody doing today? We got a good show for you. We're going to talk all kinds of shit and say what's up to y'all out there. Hope y'all having a great day. It's the afternoon. We just got done banging and slanging at the gym. Now it's time to talk to y'all, let you know what time it is. So how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody is on an even keel, staying sober, doing all the things that God is blessing us with the ability to do. So how about you? What you doing today? Let me know in the comments how y'all day is going and what's going on. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I just got back from the gym. I did a little streaming earlier. I'm just doing some stream. I had some time doing another stream because I had a little time. So I figured why not go and bless the people, and show them some of these. These joints right here was sneaker of the year. You guys probably don't even know what these are, but these right here, this was started all the whole craze back in the day. People trying to kill people for these, rob them, take them off your feet. These are them Bread 4s. I think this is a series of the remake of the Jordan collection. But anyway, they were voted close to sneaker of the year in like 2003. While we're on the 4s, I figured I'd show you. Remember in my last stream, I showed you oh, not these ones. Anyway, I got my sunglasses on, so I can't see shit. Anyway, but what do you think about these? I'd almost have to show you the other one because it's called the What The. Because you see how all the colors are like this? Black is right here. And remember I was telling you about the air sign? That's what makes these real nice. These are the What The 4s, Yeah, so the other one don't even look like this. I'll have to show it to you so you understand what I'm saying. Let me go grab it real quick. So yeah, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at them, all right, I'm back. All right, now I can show. I grabbed both of them so you can see what I'm talking about. Can you see the deal with them? You see, they're kind of a mismatched shoe, where you got the gray and the black, and then the red eyelet, the black eyelet. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of crazy. But yeah, What The 4s? These are one of my favorite shoes. They came out a while ago, a few years back, but even the back is blue and one side is gray. But you would think like this is two different shoes, but no, it's a What The 4. You're supposed to make you say like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? This is a What The Fuck 4, motherfucker. Go get you some. So I realized, I'm not a sneakerhead. I'm just a Jordan head, I guess, because sneakerheadism, it gets way too deep for me, and I can't afford to be one. But I tell you what, if I had the money, I would definitely be one. But anyway, I wanted to show you, this is my holy grail of all sneakers. Remember I showed you the other day, I showed you the Midnight, the blue one. This is a Jordan 4 Cement. This Jordan 4 Cement was like $1,000 at one time. Now, once this is a re-released pair, retro. But this Jordan Cement is one of my favorite shoes. Goes with just about anything and everything. Gotta love this shoe. You know what I mean? And I wear my shoes. You know what I'm saying? So you can see the bottoms are dirty. I wear them with outfits, stuff like that. But yeah, you remember the show with Kevin Hart? Die Hard. Yeah, he had on a pair of these. These are called the winterized 4s. I wear these in the winter. That's why they're so banged up. This is my like winter shoe that I like to keep in my rotation. So what I do normally is I'll take like 5 shoes that I'm going to wear and I'll rotate them. I'll wear like every week. I'll take, okay, so I'm going to wear this one on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll rotate the shoes so I can rotate my whole collection usually in the spring and summer, and then in the winter I'll stay with shoes like that so I ain't fucking my shit up. Anyway, yeah, they don't last forever, but this Bread 4, you know what I mean, is a reimagined Bread 4 is what I was trying to get at earlier. This shoe is lovely. I think the 4 to me is like the best Jordan out of all of them. I just love the Jordan 4, but yeah, this is, like I said, I wasn't going to show you everything all at once, but I am showing you some here and there. So I'll just keep on doing that instead of just breaking out the whole closet. But I I'm not one of them guys that you see on these sneaker battles that can just pull out random shit, worth thousands of dollars because like I said, I just started buying and collecting Jordans during COVID. I remember my first pair. I'm going to show you guys next stream or something, but it was a pair of Jordan 3s, and I'll let you guys guess what they are. Jordan 3. Let me know in the comment what 3s you think they were. And I'll tell you one that they ain't. They ain't the fire red 3s that I showed you on stream. I'll tell you that. They're real. Okay, I'll give you a hint too. They were $250 when they came out. And when they came out, they were like 250 and they dropped right down to like 200 and everybody was like, "Oh man, I didn't think they were going to sit like that." And they're a part 2 of a shoe. So think of those clues to tell me what you think shoe it is in the comments. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to come on and say, what's up? How's everybody doing? Everybody's at lunch, man. So yeah, I'm doing that little fasting thing. So I haven't ate yet, but I don't know if I can make it through, but hopefully we get enough people lined up for I'm going to call it the chain fast. So we get 20, 30 people all ready to go and we'll just pull the plug on that and nobody will be eating for 3 days and we can talk to each other whatever social media app you guys want to go to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I just got back from the gym. Yeah, and I had a good workout. I'm telling you what, I took a couple days off because I crushed it on the weekend. Like I said, I did that 405, and that kind of drained me. And I don't know. It's with my mental health problems, I get these ebbs and flows. Like some days I just want, man, I'm ready to go take over the world. Let's go do it. And man, I want to jump off buildings and skydive, and then I want to go ride a train, a plane, and sit in a box with a fox. Dr. Seuss ain't shit. Type stuff, and then there's other days where I'm like, ribbit, I can't even get out of bed. I just wish I was like sick so I would have an excuse just to stay in the damn bed, but I can't. So I just mope around this joint, talking to y'all. But you guys have been my therapy. Thank God that I was able to put this together and do this show because it has helped me stay sober. For one, it's helped me realize that there's a lot of people out there that are way worse off than me, and I don't even got it that good. But you know what? I'm thank God for everything God has blessed me with, and I hope that you guys do as well. Well, thank the man upstairs for everything you got, because it could be a lot worse. So amen to that, eh? Amen to that. So yeah.
We're chilling like a mega villain. Hoping y'all having a great day.
I know it's lunchtime. What we all eat?
I'm hungry in the motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm telling you what. So yeah, I got some notes here I wrote on my phone when I was at the gym, what I was thinking about, and I can't remember a damn thing. So let me get to what I was thinking. I do my best thinking when I'm at the gym, you know what I'm saying? So let's go here. Oh yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So a lot of people, if you've done drugs and drugs made us do a lot of bad things in our lives. You know what I mean? If you were a drug addict or an alcoholic, you probably hold a lot of shame and guilt. And I was thinking about that today. Like, what are the differences between shame and guilt? And I remember somebody told me something a long time ago and it stuck with me. He was like, man, you know what the difference between shame and guilt is? It's like, check this out, man. Say you're sitting there and you're masturbating, right? And you're feeling guilty because you ain't got no girl, to have fun with. So you're feeling guilty and you're sitting there masturbating. And then your mom walks in. You know what I mean? That's shame. So guilty and then shame. So there, I just explained shame and guilt with a nice little analogy. What do you think about that? And all you ladies, you know what I'm saying? I know once or twice you probably caught your man spanking his monkey, pulling on his product, doing whatever, you know what I mean? In that moment, that if you ever walk in the room and you see him pulling on his weenie, do the exact opposite of what your mind is telling you to do. Like, don't go off, don't say nothing, just do the exact opposite. Whatever comes to your mind, like think for a second, think of what you're feeling, think of what you want to do, and then do the exact opposite. Unless you're a freak. Now, if you're a freak, go on ahead and do that. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, Them are some of the things that go through my twisted up mind, my mentally strung out, hung out, dug out. I don't know what's going on with me today, but yeah, but that's what I've been thinking, man. It's like, if that ever happens, just do the opposite. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, anyway, let's get to the show. So, yeah, I didn't really talk about much sports. So, what is going on in the world of sports? Because I have really no clue. I know there's a UFC fight coming up. That ought to be a banger. I really can't wait for the Sean Strickland fight. You know, he's fighting Hamzat. Hamzat's a mean, nasty Russian. And then you got Sean Strickland. He's like this young cat that's in the UFC, was abused all his life, talks about his dad kicking the shit out of him. He even cried on Theo Von and all this other shit. You know, he's got all these guns because he's not mentally, I guess, eventually a man. He wakes up eventually and he's not a kid, but all those guns are just an extension of his fear. You know what I mean? Because the man probably don't have fear of fighting, but I think what he fears the most is failure. You know, because nobody needs 25, 30, 40, 50 guns hanging on your wall to impress somebody. All you need is one to protect yourself. That's it. You don't need all these assault rifles and everything. What are you going to do with them? Maybe he likes hunting or whatever, but that motherfucker right there, I would love to be a nanobite and go up inside his damn head and just kind of, you know, look at his brain memory banks and what the hell he's thinking. Like, damn, it's probably pretty fucking dark in there, you know, growing up like that. Because that's exactly what happened to me growing up. I had an abusive father, used to beat the shit out of me. You know, he one time cut my hair with a pair of fucking garden shears, you know, slapped shit out of my mom, you know, was abusive, domestic violence type shit all the time. You know, it made me like always in fear of him. You know what I mean? And later in life, I said, no, 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 that's not happening. You know, you put your fucking hands on her, you're going to have to deal with me. And a lot of times he pulled knives out and shit like that. You know, he's pulled a gun out on me. He was a real hard person to get along with. Still is really to this day, but he is my dad, I guess. You know, everybody has their faults and their character defects. So I don't know. I just never wanted to follow in his shoes. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just a hard situation. So with that Sean situation, what I'm thinking is how that fight's going to go is he's going to get taken down a whole bunch. I just hope he can keep getting back up. And then I'm thinking by the third round, if he ain't shooting that piston jab upside his damn head, and if he just keeps getting taken down all 5 rounds, it's going to be, you know, an easy night for Hazmat. So chain wrestling, use your American wrestling, your defensive wrestling, and jab the shit out of him. Because he really don't know how to throw a good right hand or a left hand. I'm sure they're strong. He's a strong guy. But when he was fighting the last guy, the white African guy, Jukas Duplessis, he would throw like weird punches. Like he don't know how to like sit in like a good stance and just explode from that with like a short hook or a good hook. He kind of turns it over a little too much, you know, and hits you with the side of the fist a lot. So what I'd like to see him work on is, you know, getting that body twist and like coming up, you know, with some good uppercuts and hooks, you know, and throw that punch a little better. You know, work on that because his jab is like one of the best in the business. I put it right up there with like Larry Holmes. He fucking cracking Jukas Duplessis' face open. You know, his shit looked like he got beat by a wild pack of ninjas went through his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, 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 wow. His shit was all wrecked. And he won somehow. I was like, oh, that's a fucking robbery. But yeah, Sean, I hope you win the fight. I think it's going to come down to 2 things. You are going to have to not worry about other shit. Just stay and do what you do. Stay comfortable. Keep them off you with that jab and that teep kick. Man, it'll be an easy fight. Because if Hazmat gets tired, you know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. If he can't take you down and it's the 3rd round, man, I know those last couple rounds are going to be yours. But the thing is you got to win that 3rd round. So if you're listening, make sure you win the 3rd round. You could give him the first 2, but make sure you win 3, 4, and 5. Because that first round he's going to come out. He's going to have you down. He's going to look to choke you out. So defensive wrestling, get back up, make him keep doing it until he gets tired. By the 3rd round, teep kicks and jab, and you're going to be the next champion. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah. So that whole card, I don't know. Let's look up that card and see how that's going. If we can do it this way here. Since we ain't doing shit anyway, we might as well, right? Everybody's still at work. They'll see it when they get home. Let's check this out. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. All right. So let me hook this up and see if I can do this right. All right. So yeah, that fight is May 9th. So coming up. So this weekend we got Aljamain, Sterling, and Zalal. Another man, but Jack Della Lima is back against Carlos Prates. Who you got in that one, man? That's gonna be a hell of a fight. I'll have to do a good one on that. So look forward for me to do one on that. I will. And people are going to say this, and I want to just correct them right now. This show is about me and you. It ain't about all the things that I'm supposed to do. Like they say, well, stay in your lane. You doing all these other extra things, like talking about sports, talking about news, talking about yourself, talking about all this other stuff. Yeah, you know why? Because that's what the fuck I feel like. So if you're a hater, get on the bus, and go on home. It don't matter to me because I'm doing this for me. This is what I'm doing as a hobby. And if it becomes something different, that's because the good Lord above said, you know what, Mr. Weibel, I'm gonna give you this platform to go ahead and do whatever, So by the grace of God, we will see. But right now I'm just doing it however. I haven't found a niche. Everybody's saying, oh, you got to have a niche and just stay in your niche. If you don't stay in your niche, then you're just a bitch. So, if you keep on doing everything else, everything's going to seem kind of crazy. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Holmes, I don't think you know. I'm doing it. I'm doing it my way. Gonna do it my way. That's what I'm talking about. So, back to it. We're going to try to get these fights up. Okay. This next UFC 328 card. Chimaev. See if we can pull this off here. All right. So this shouldn't be that hard, right? Screen, boom. Well, and there's an issue. All right. Okay. Here we go. So yeah. Bing, bong, bang. I hope you guys can see this. We got Khamzat Chimaev against Sean Strickland. Yeah, you can see it. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to show you. We got Khamzat against Sean Strickland. We got Josh Van against Cyril Tara. I thought that fight was canceled. I think that fight might be canceled already, but we'll have to see. Or maybe they were going to fight, and now this is the rebooking. That could be too. Alexander Volkov against Waldo Cortez Acosta. I think Acosta's got the goods to be great. We're going to see what happens with that one. But I know Volkov has been around for a long time. I'd probably have to pick Volkov in that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if Waldo Cortez knocks his ass out. Sean Brady against Joaquin Buckley. I don't know. That one, we're going to see because Joaquin Buckley doesn't seem like he had much for the wrestling thing. So he might be able to put Sean Brady's lights out. And if he does, that's going to be good for him because even though I can't stand this guy because he's like one of those Louisiana boys that like to talk a lot of garbage and just real, I don't know. There's something about him that I just don't like. It ain't because he's black. I think it's the way how he acts. He just acts, over the top. Bobby Green, I love Bobby Green. You know what I mean? I hate when he loses. I hate to see him lose. But Jeremy Stevens is going to be a good one. We'll see if Green can do the same thing that he did last time to the last cat that he fought. I can't remember who it was, but Green came out on top. That's what I'm saying. All these guys like Bobby King Green, he like be on the edge of getting, done and getting released from the UFC. Then he have a big win. It's just crazy how he does that. It's amazing. Well, this other cat right here, this Atiba Gatir, this guy from Cameroon, he was supposed to be the next big star. And he finally went 3 rounds. He won the fight. And he had the guy hurt a couple times. But we did see chinks in his armor. So let it be known. We're going to see what happens on that night against Ozzy Diaz from the United States of America. Grant Dawson, been around for a long time. He's going to be fighting Mateusz Rebecki from Poland. Yeah, I don't know about all these guys, and Joel Alvarez against Yaroslav Amaseov. Don't never mess with those guys with the last names off. Roman Koplov against Marco Tulio. So you could tell it's kind of like a Russian versus the world type of situation going on. Pat Sabatini against William Gomez. Who knows about that one? Anyway, yeah, you see it here. I'll probably do my FanDuel picks, let y'all know what's up. That's that. We'll see what happens. Anyway, now that you know, now you know. So let's leave that whole thing. And there, I think we did it. No. Stay in studio. Now, how do I get my ass back there? I do not know. But we could just look at a whole bunch of shit. Okay, stop right there. All right. So now I'm back. Yeah, all right. So what'd you think of that? That's how you do that. That's how you do the split screen and look at other shit. So what do you think? Now I can review videos and stuff like that now. See, I told you I'm learning. I'm learning, ladies and gentlemen. I am cooking like a big pot of collard greens. You know what I'm saying? So eventually they'll be real nice and tasty. I got the neck bone in, some chopped up bacon. Yep, we're ready to eat here in a little while. All right, so yeah. So with that, like I said, Sean Strickland, I hope you win the fight. I gave you the clues and everything to do it. So now what we need to do, we need to look at some sports. And I'm not going to do the whole pulling things up because I don't even know if it's really legal to do. So I'm going to have to check with the whole, because you know how the UFC is. I was on their page, so we'll have to find out. And I should have had my other glasses on for this one. Looks like Detroit lost to Milwaukee 12-4. Man, they got the ass. Yeah. Other than that, I think that was an early game. What's going on in the NBA? Base plant Wemby. The Spurs go down hard versus Blazers. Looks like the Spurs lost 103-106. Wembyama, whatever you spell his name, Wembyama, enters concussion protocol after smacking his face in the court. Detroit needs to do in Game 2 versus Orlando. So we got Game 2 coming up. Billy Donovan out of Chicago. What's next? So yeah, that should be interesting. Okay, I can see my dog is having an issue here. So let me go on ahead and grab my dog real quick. Why, I'll be right on back. Little girl. My little girl Chihuahua. Izzy. She's a little Chihuahua. What do you think? Don't you love a little dog like this? She's such a good little girl. Huh? You're such a good girl. Yeah, she's out there barking. She barks at little dogs, yappity things. They bark at every damn thing. So yeah. Whew, it's getting hot. Gonna be time to put that air conditioner in, I'm telling you what. My big ass can't be walking around like this sweating. Plus, I got this damn hat on. I don't even know why I put it on. Probably because I didn't feel like wearing this baseball cap. But, yeah, now what was we talking about? Man, I'd have lost it. Let me see. Don't start that shit in here. Oh, shit. Yeah, we was talking about basketball. So, yeah, it looks like the Pistons play. A lot of sports going on that I could think of that. The draft is going to be this weekend. You know I'm going to be waiting for that one. That's the 23rd and the 25th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I can't wait for that. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and say hello, everybody. Grown folks, shut up when grown folks are talking. Y'all got to get right with God. And we'll see you next on the tripod. It's grown folks and we up.
Del ser, quiero puedas ver que salimos del suelo y abrimos el mirar al fuego en nuestra